All right. So I am going to show you super quick, I don't know how quick it's going to be, a little explanation tutorial, whatever you want to call it, of and explain everything and how you can insert some Google Slides or some sort of slideshow into that and videos even, and how you can use that for your project presentation. So basically you have your things on the side, your columns, your things that you're recording, and everything down at the bottom. So you have all these things over here to the left, and they'll be important, all these things over here. So I don't know if you can see that. If it shows up, we'll see. And then you have your slide clicker going to the right and to the left, and then down at the bottom here you have your recorder. And so what you're going to be doing is just going through, and I'm just going to quickly give you a shot of how to do this. So basically, when you open up Explain Everything, and it's going to give you, hey, do I want a new project, join, share, whatever you need to do. So if you're joining, so some of you that are doing like the personal project with a partner, that might be an important one to do this join one right here. But for the most part, most of us are going to be doing this new project right over here. Okay, so you click that, and then it gives you something like this. It gives you blank canvas, template, or files. So you should already have some sort of PowerPoint or slideshow that you're going to do. And so you are going to click that file one that's on the far right. And then it's going to give you something that says, hey, well, what do I do right here? So what you can do is there's a Google Drive option, and that's one next to the big blue arrow. So you just click that, and then it gives you another option of searching for it. So what I have done is I just uploaded a sample presentation tips for a personal project that I've used in the past, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, but I just searched for that. You can search for whatever your Google slide is called. What I would suggest is knowing what the name of it is beforehand, so you can just type it in. Like the one I just did, I typed in the exact one that it's found, and it pulled up which one it is. That way you're not searching for it forever and ever and then explain everything. Okay, then you're going to select that. You're going to click that. There's going to be a little button kind of over here that's going to help you select it, and then you're going to click on that import button once it highlights in the top right. So then it's going to give you some more options here. So it's going to highlight all the slides that you have for you. And then what you need to do is figure out how you want that to look. Okay, so you need to choose the layout. So it gives you grid, stacked, horizontal, vertical, or separate slides. I would highly, highly, highly recommend, just for the ease of navigation and for the flow factor, that you click on separate slides, that last one. Because otherwise, if you do grid, it's going to put all your slides in a grid format. It's going to be all in one page. You're going to have to zoom in, zoom out, and I'll be honest, no one wants to look at that when you could just click the slide and give you your next stuff. Okay, so you need to click the lock page. So notice this one right here. Lock page is not on. Then you need to click that insert button, but before you do that, make sure that, so you need to click that lock page button, and then it's going to be super helpful for you. Because that way, if you do a 2-finger, try to zoom in or zoom out, it's not going to move that for you at all. So then it just gives it to you, and you don't have to worry about messing it up by moving it when you're in the middle of talking or trying to draw on it or things like that. Okay, so click those two things, make sure that lock page is on, click that insert, and you go from there. All right, there is an arrow at the bottom of your screen that looks like a record button. You press that, and that's how you basically go from there. But we'll see it here. Before you do that, there's this little bar to the left that's going to appear basically right here. It looks like a little window, and it gives you some options. It says standard, it's fully featured layout for universal use. It has presenter, and then it only has the essential tools. What I would suggest is if you click presenter, it's going to get rid of a lot of things for you, and then you can just present. Now we'll see if that actually works, and then you can keep going from there. Right? Okay, you know what, I don't like presenter. How do I get off of presenter? Ha, there we go. So maybe don't do presenter, because I don't like it. Anyway, I'm just playing around with this for trying to show you guys it as well. So anyway, you can do that. there is another one. I don't know if you know one. And then it gives you everything that you need. Okay, so then here's your slideshow. So this is the sample one that I put in there, so you can begin talking through it. So when I'm talking right now, there's some stuff that appears on the left-hand side. Hopefully when I, present and you're watching this, you're not seeing all that stuff, but you might be. And then, we might just have to adjust accordingly, but that's okay. So I'm here also to give you some actual tips for your project. So let's take a look at it. Okay. Slide guidelines. I would use bullet points. Too much writing takes away from your presentation. Your audience spends more time reading than listening to you. It helps improve eye contact and voice. Well, good for you if you're doing this, electronically. You don't really have to worry about eye contact. What's your voice? If you should be able to hear what that person is saying or what you're saying and what the presenter is saying. It shows that you learn the content. So if you are just talking really quietly into your iPad, then it's going to be super hard for people to hear your project. Okay, you've spent some time on it, you know a thing or two, so basically speak up, talk in a nice voice, a normal voice, not something that's incredibly fast where nobody can hear what you're going to say, but you got to keep going anyway because they go fast and you're really nervous, and also not really slow either because that's, boring, and no one wants that. Okay, add pictures, add color. Visual learners, they like that. I like that. Remember, I'm hoping to post this out onto YouTube so that way people can kind of see the projects even if they couldn't make it to a physical project showcase. I mean, that just doesn't mean that the learning stops when you're not there. So that's kind of been the philosophy of Farmington. So let's really show them that it really doesn't stop. Okay. Bullet points versus writing. Here's my scenario for you. So I could tell you that the Green Bay Packers are the best franchise in the entire world. And then I could read this whole thing, right? The reason for this is that they have 13 world championships, 4 Super Bowl victories, not to mention winning the first 2 ever. Woo! Multiple players are enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. A couple of these are Reggie White, Don Hudson, Brett Favre, Bart Starr, Jim Taylor, Ron Wolf, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. Okay, their fan base is absolutely phenomenal, right? Lambeau Field has been sold out since 1960 and has a season ticket wait list on it so long that it would take 30 years for a person to receive their tickets upon putting their name on the list. So that means I can put my list on the name on the list now, and 30 years from now when I'm 61 years old, I can finally be a season ticket holder. Right? Or it looks something like this, right? Green Bay Packers, they're the best franchise ever. They have 13 championships, not to mention 4 Super Bowl victories, including number 1 and number 2. Okay? They also, Bart Starr won 2, Brett Favre won 1, Aaron Rodgers won 1 so far, probably 3 more coming up in the next, couple seasons. Multiple players in the Hall of Fame, there's Brett Favre, there's Reggie White, there's Jim Taylor, there's, Ron Wolf, there's a bunch of other people that are actually in the Hall of Fame that is located in Canton, Ohio. And if you've ever been there, the Packers kind of have quite a few players. They also have their own Packers Hall of Fame, which is pretty cool, which contributes to their fantastic, fan base. And basically, it's been sold out ever since 1960. And there's a 30-year wait list. So if you want to put your name on the wait list now, you could, I think, as a kid. And then when you get to be like 40-something, you can do it. Or maybe some of you already have your name on the list. That's awesome. That's great. Okay. So that gives you more pictures, and you can see that there's a lot more maybe interest in here, and you can just talk. You don't have to have specific knowledge and like point down there to demonstrate your knowledge. All right. If you want to add videos or other things like that, you would click the little tab that's to the left, and it says, insert existing image or video. So you would do that, and I've just selected a video that I have. And then with this one, it says, hey, here's my sample video. And you can actually play it. So if you made something through some sort of like video content, you can put that in there. It does, I believe, have video or sound. Mine does not have sound in it right now. It is just a, blank video because it's a drone video. So it doesn't have that. And see, like right now, I can't even, there it goes. And like right now, I could, fast forward and kind of show you, hey, look at that, there's a cool sky and things like that. And you can keep going. But basically, if you want to put a video in there, that is totally awesome and great and okay. And you can kind of go from there. So basically, that is it. That is how I would envision you using explain everything to create your project. Please, please, please let me know if you have any questions whatsoever about how to do this. All right, I'll let you get going. That's probably long enough, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.